Hi, this is Nick Dawson, the editor-in-chief of Talkhouse Film, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Film Podcast. When we record Talkhouse podcasts, there's no moderator, it's just a free-flowing conversation between two artists, so just as in relationships, chemistry is key. Whether the people know each other or have met before in some capacity, there needs to be a spark. When I paired Aidy, Bryant and Jessi Klein, I had no idea they had never met. But when they got together to record their conversation at Samsung 837, it was very apparent something special was about to happen. Of course, being funny in a room is what they've both made their reputations on. Bryant has been a cast member on Saturday Night Live since 2012, where she's a real fan favourite, and she's also guested on some of the best TV in the past few years. Girls, Broad City, Documentary Now, and Horace and Pete. And Klein, previously a stand-up comedian and an SNL staff writer, is now a pivotal figure on two of the most essential shows on at the moment. She's head writer on Inside Amy Schumer and a consulting producer on Transparent. The two were talking because Klein was in town to promote her extremely funny book of personal essays, You'll Grow Out of It, and Bryant is a big fan of the book, as well as a big Jessi Klein fan generally. One note before we start. At Samsung 837, house rules stipulate that there should be no profanity during these live recordings. And I have to give full credit to these two for the most remarkable and creative effort in sticking to those rules as they talked about such topics as the very specific discomfort of SNL writing nights, Emmy awkwardness, casting nightmares, their SNL host crushes, which leads to a great story about Drake, the celebrity Jessi drunk dialed just a few weeks ago, hot guys, bras and breasts, and a whole bunch more.
Whoa, what an honor. This is a blind date for us, kind of.
It is a blind date.
But also I've been, stalking you like I would a blind date, kind of.
Yeah, like a deep Google.
Yes. The deepest Google where I've read your full book and I, know all your work.
It is like a blind date, although I feel like this is a happier blind date than any other blind date I've pretty much been on.
You're right.
Although I did meet my husband on a blind date.
I know, that's so cool.
Like a real blind date, not like a euphemism for the internet. Like we were set up by a human. But every other blind date before that one, super sucked.
But now is that person, every day text you and say, I'm responsible for your child and your love and your life?
She's been very chill about the moves she could be pulling. She's not pulling in terms of, indentured servitude for life or whatever those things might be. Wait, are you with someone you've been with for a long time?
I am, yes. I've been with my boyfriend for almost 8 years now. It's a very long time.
That is a very long time. And how did you meet?
We were both performers in Chicago, and we were both kind of young on the scene, I guess.
Sure. You can say that about you guys.
Young and hot on the scene, tight and ready to roll.
Just moist and ready to go.
And and we weirdly had never met, and then we did a show where I performed and he performed. Ooh. And I did not watch his performance, but afterwards he came up and was like, "You were so funny," and I was like, "Oh, and you were as well." I fully lied right to his face.
So it started with a lie,
yeah,
and it's pretty much been lies ever since.
It had to.
You're so it wasn't it wasn't like an improv show.
No, it was kind of like a sketch show kind of thing, okay. But I lied to him right off the bat just because I was like, he's cute.
Yeah. Well, you might as well begin where you're going to end with the lies. That's right. Which is where my husband and I live.
We're going very raw and real right from the get-go.
I know. Well, I just took a really deep draw of my iced decaf.
I'm making a move right now, which is I'm going to hold your book.
That is a blind date move. It's okay, is it okay if I touch your breast? Here we go.
Okay, wait. I read your book, and I love it so much.
Thank you.
There were so many moments where, I would just put it down and, put my head in my hand and just be like, yes, that is true.
Wow.
But also there were moments where I would laugh out loud, which I don't know if I've ever done in a book.
Seriously?
Yes.
For real?
Yes, for real.
Are you lying to me the way you lied to your boyfriend?
No, I'm serious. I truly...
That's so nice.
I had never, experienced an LOL moment.
Right.
And I really did. I related to it so much was your Emmy tale.
I'm thank you.
It shook me to my core where I was like, someone else had the experience. I really was taken aback.
Well, so the Emmy tale where I talk about...
Yeah, fill people in.
The headline is that, I am the head writer of Inside Amy Schumer, and we got nominated for an Emmy. And at the time,
you deserve it, and
girls be making money for themselves. And but at the time of the ceremony, I had given birth 3 months prior to Emmy Day, and so I was still just very hormonally all over the place. My boobs were just a factory of this and that, and also known as milk. It was so. Anyway, I had to breast pump. I had to bring my breast pump. Not to get into the science of it, but even though my kid wasn't with me. So, and I just had this, I was like, oh, now that I'm going to the Emmys, everything's fixed. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the best. I'm going to get to be
You made it.
I'm done. Yeah, I got it.
You got the thing.
I got the thing. And then you go to the thing and there's still a stratification of who goes where, and I was like, well, I'm a nominee. I'm like gonna be. I'm one of the people.
Yes, you're red carpet woman now.
I'm on the red carpet, but then the red carpet is divided into two halves for people who are just a scotch fancier, prettier, thinner, whatever. And I was like, oh, that's unexpected. Yes. And there was a very awkward moment where I saw. Do you know Brooke Posh? You must know
No.
Brooke runs Amy Poehler's development company.
Oh, so cool.
So cool. And she was on the other side of she was on the fancier side of the rope, and she's a old friend of mine. And I ran to meet her across the rope in a hug, and like a security guard practically, like, elbowed me to the ground. I was just like, I think you've misunderstood. I too am one of these princess ladies. Yes. Did you not see? And that was just like, oh no, it's never fully what you think it's going to be. And then we won the Emmy, which was even more like, oh my God.
Yes.
And then immediately after that happened, everyone went on to the after ball, and I had to go to a room in the basement to pump my boobs out. And I'm sitting in a dressing room, like an abandoned dressing room, with a pump on, which makes this terrible noise. It's like, and this Emmy at my feet, and I was like, oh, this is just lonely and kind of weird. And I was psyched. I'm not an a-hole. But I was like, oh, I'm just back in my body and my life. I have all the depressions and anxieties that I had before.
Yeah.
But you feel this. I don't know if you feel this, because you have a very fancy job.
Yes, I do. It's so fun, and it's a magical and fancy job where often I feel like a princess.
A princess.
But yeah, it's like the same stuff where like you still have to like wear shoes that hurt, or like, I don't know, stuff that like keeps you very human. Yeah. The shoes that hurt is a horrible example of that, but deal with human despair, I guess, is what I mean.
The pain of shoes and human despair.
Yes.
They are very closely related.
Yeah, or even just being like, oh my God, I am one of the chosen few who will now go to the Emmys or something.
Right.
And then getting there and being like, oh, this is kind of like I
don't
know. It wasn't like what I imagined, and I didn't feel all the feelings of like gliding on air in a golden gown or something. I was just like, oh, I'm still just myself, and which is great, but
Yourself is great.
Thank you.
Look in the mirror and say it out loud, girl.
Also at SNL, we have like a weird experience where like people, like random megastars come weekly.
Yeah.
And you see all the different ways that like people deal with it, or like seem so normal, or don't seem so normal.
Or very much the opposite of that in every way.
And there are sort of like different little paths that you look at where you're like, okay, do I want to be a 40-year movie star who has never like walked on a street anymore, or like
just has like a hoverboard.
Right. It's stressful to me.
I don't know. Yeah, I literally just doing these, like
I know you're promoting your book, so like you have to go out there and be like, this thing that I made is good, you Fs.
You Fs, you Ds, S my D, you Fs. I don't know why I'm talking so horribly to nice people who might buy my book. No, it's more, I just feel like I have like a little teeny bit of press, none of which is, I mean, it's all very exciting, but just in the relative scale of like someone like Amy being on the cover of Vanity Fair, it's not as exposed as that. And yet this eensy sliver feels very exposed and overwhelming, and like I can't handle it.
Well, you seem like you're handling it so well.
I don't know. My special bun I walked out of the house with is already crumbling. I'm just not meant. I'm not meant for this. I don't know, but I am. But whatever. This is fun.
Yeah,
this is fun, right? We're having a great day.
So much fun.
Just say this is fun. I don't know. What else should we talk about, Aidy?
I don't know. I want to keep talking about the book.
No, it feels really unnecessary.
Really?
To me. I don't know.
It's all my favorite stuff.
Really? What else did you like in the book?
Poodle versus wolf is a thing that I just said wolf, like
Poodle
wolf,
versus
wolf,
wolf.
wolf.
Yeah, wolf. A wolf.
Is something that I truly was like, whoa, I'm so aggressively a wolf.
Oh, I mean, I would hope that you're a wolf. I am a wolf, and I love other wolves.
I love poodles, though, and I'm so happy for a poodle.
So much respect for a poodle.
So happy for them.
Yeah.
You should explain what a poodle and a wolf is.
I feel like it's pretty clear.
I know, you're right.
And this actually was a story, as I write in the chapter, that was born at SNL.
Really?
Well, insofar as it was me one night, in the middle of the night, wandering the halls as one does at SNL. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what I was up to, but I bumped into Emily Spivey, which I think she had left when you came on.
Yeah, she was before me, but I
you.
am psychotically obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And when I met her at like the 40th, I more or less like screamed in her face, like, I'm obsessed with you.
Yeah.
And like I was a monster.
Yeah.
So.
No, she is a golden, like, angel creature from above. But Emily Spivey used to write on SNL. And I kind of bumped into each other in the hall, and we were really exhausted. And one of the TVs was on to Charlie Rose interviewing Angelina Jolie. He was being a perv bot, like he always is. Love Charlie Rose. Love how pervy he is with women on the show. Anyway, we're just looking at Angelina Jolie, and I think Emily Spivey said, she's like, we were such monsters in that moment.
I know.
It was like the 3 a.m. SNL.
I don't think I've ever looked
moment.
worse than like a Tuesday writing night at SNL.
It's not just how, it's like you feel awful and look awful.
It feels like you've been dipped in like sweaty pubes or something.
Yeah.
Aren't your own. They're like 40 years of honored sweaty pubes or something.
It's like going to a hotel, like a really bad, like a roadside motel when there's like a bar of soap with a pube on it, and you have to rub that on your body.
Yes.
And then not stop doing that for 14 hours.
And
it's kind
like
of writing night in SNL.
And use your brain to the best of its capacity while you're just like covered in like dirt and stink.
There's also like the eating, like the dinner that comes at like 8, and then you just eat it for 9 hours.
Yes.
And you're like, it's cool that this whatever, like not great sushi to begin with has been sitting in a hot room. I'll just gnaw on the seaweed edge, and then you eat the whole thing. But that's the state we were in. Mm-hmm. Spivey's super gorgeous. I think we would both say it was the middle of the night, and we were both like, ugh. And Angelina Jolie is Angelina Jolie. Enough said. Dang. And we started musing on, we're like, how is it possible that we are like the same species as her? Like, she was like, are we the same species as Angelina Jolie? And I was like, I don't know that to be totally true. And then I was like, it's kind of like the way poodles and wolves are both technically dogs, but like unrecognizable as the same, like a little toy poodle. Mm-hmm. How is that related to a wolf?
No.
And so I wrote a chapter about, look, people are wandering into this, not a store. Sorry, I'm just looking at where we are. It's so crazy. So then I started thinking about, I wrote a chapter called Poodle versus Wolf, and it's how some women are poodles and some women are wolves. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of just a metaphor for, I guess, like your relationship to your femininity and how easily it comes to you to adhere to a standard. Some women are just effortless.
Yes. I also have like, I've never even once thought like, oh, I should wear like gorgeous underwear.
never
I'm like, I need a cotton sack to hold this stuff in.
Yeah, every pair of underwear I have, I wear until it's an old pirate flag, and like a tattered pirate flag with a skull and crossbones, letting you know that there's poison inside and to stay away.
And booty nearby.
There's
Ew, I'm
maybe
sorry.
Booty near, someone else, probably my friend. But the pirate flag is waving over my own vagina. I tried to buy fancy underwear once.
I know. I read about that in the book, and
disaster. Have you ever done it once? You must have. When you met your boyfriend. I don't know why I said that. Like,
no.
Screw you.
I honestly,
boyfriend.
I've never had the experience of being like, I'm going to go to this gorgeous store and like put on little like giny covers. I've never done anything like that.
Giny flaps.
I guess I should, but I guess that's why I'm a true wolf. Like I can't even go in that store.
It's
like
not
they
on
won't
your
let
radar.
me. Yeah.
And your boyfriend probably doesn't care.
He truly doesn't care. And also, like, when we wear a lot of makeup on SNL.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of times when I come home, he's like, ugh. like, whoa, my God, you have a little wig on your eye, and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's like, whatevs.
Way more into a normal vibe.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
He seems like, I'm a fan of your boyfriend as well. I'm just going to say.
Wow, thanks. I am too.
Wait, where were we? Oh, the underwear thing. Yeah, I don't think my husband cares about it, but my paranoia is that it's because of me, and that if I looked like someone else, he would be into it. But maybe I need to let that go.
No, I don't think that's true.
Thank you.
I've never
Time
met
for
your
another long
husband.
sip.
But I believe that's not true.
I hope it's not true. I think that might be my own stuff.
I know. You know what I'm also obsessed with from your book? When someone told you that you could play Natalie Portman's mom. That really touched me very deeply.
Yeah, that really did occur. In summation, I was at a truly hideous event of some kind. It was so disgusting. And I don't know, it was like comedian. I did a stand-up show, and I didn't even know. But after I did the show, someone was like, "Oh, this is like a mingling event with agents and executives from
a living nightmare.
Some network, and we were supposed to go to a restaurant, and that restaurant turned out to be more of a sports bar."
So cool.
Like, okay, and they're like, you kind of have to go for 10 minutes, and so I went, and this casting executive from a network that shall go nameless, not that anyone possibly cares. So interesting to watch people walking around here.
I know. I just saw a great Dane walk behind you, and I took everything in me not to scream like, Jessi, shut up and look at that Great Dane.
Wait a minute, this is our first fight. If you see a Great Dane, you have to.
I know, and I know that you love dogs because I've read your book and you said it many times in the book. I love dogs, and I was like, this is my friend.
I mean, there's a few dogs that are a must shout out: a Great Dane, a Greyhound,
and I also think
and a corgi.
A corgi.
You gotta let me know.
And I would even say one of those cartoonishly groomed poodles.
Yes.
When I see that, I'm like, oh, this is psychotic. This dog has been brushed and washed more than I ever have in my life.
It's someone's weird sexual fetish.
Totally.
I'm gonna puff out your head and your ankles. It's like
cruel.
I can't finish if I don't see a dog with those puff ankles.
Your tail is just like a little sexy accessory for me. I hate it. So I have to point it out when I see them.
Yeah, please now. Okay, yeah. I know people listening are like, where are they?
We should tell them we're in a glass box.
We're in a glass box in a very shishy part of town, surrounded by electronics, but we can see the street, and I unfortunately can see my own giant head.
I don't want to.
Turn around.
Oh, yeah, I look good.
Yeah, there we are.
I just saw the back of my own hair.
Your hair is gorgeous.
Whoa.
Poodle hair
Thank you. Unfortunately, this is a podcast. Wish you guys could see.
Check out Aidy's Snapchat. You want to get a look at them braids.
Oh, my God.
But that braid, though. What was it talking about? This drunk piece of nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no, we have to finish this Natalie Portman because it's
special.
So good to me.
It's a super special moment. So anyway, I'm at this hideousness and this casting executive from some network, and I think she genuinely meant well and whatever, but she ran up to me and she was like, "Jessi Klein, I'm obsessed with you, which is especially at that time not possible.
Very
and
cool.
I was like, cool, oh my God, all right, thank you. And she's like, you have to move to LA. I mean, she's
always
like,
a good way to start.
yeah, like a command about my life. She's an inch from my face, and I was like, okay, why do I have to do that? She's like, so I can put you in one of my shows. And I was like, and I'm kind of like, oh, I'm going to do the thing where I kind of meet her, I'm going to make my energy her energy. I was like, okay. And I was like, well, what would you cast me as? And she like takes a few steps back and she looks at me and she goes, you could play Natalie Portman's mom. And I was like,
I can't.
And I was just...
Because what's the age difference between you and Natalie Portman?
6 years, I believe. I mean, whoever's the fact checker can fact check, but it's not more than 6 as far as I know.
If it makes you feel any better, I have a similar tale that when I lived in Chicago, which is not exactly like a hub of showbiz, but they do a lot of commercials there. Yeah, that's true. But they do a lot of commercials, so I had like kind of a commercial agent, and they would send you out like on whatever. And I was probably 19, 20, maybe 21, like very young. And they sent me out for a Walmart commercial where I was supposed to be like a mother of 4. And I got there and it was like...
how old are you again?
I was truly like 21 years old. Yeah. And when I got there, it was like all women, probably like maybe in their 40s, but with my body type. And I was like, okay. I see what's happening here. You think that because of my body, I look like I might be a 40-year-old woman.
Yes, I've labored.
That's popped out like 4 children or whatever.
Worst.
So it was a very cool moment for me where I was like, oh, I actually hate this so much.
My dreams involve something I truly loathe. Yeah, I think I maybe went on, when I lived in LA years ago, and I guess, I don't know, maybe I was around like 30, and I was like, well, I guess I'll try going on. My manager was like, do you want to go on sitcom auditions? And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, why not me?
Yeah.
And there were so many reasons why not me. There like couldn't have been a longer list. But I was like, all right. And I'm not like a trained actress. I was just like, I'll give it a go. And every audition that I went to, it was like a room, not that this is a bad thing, a room of the most Jewish-looking people you'd ever seen.
I know.
Life. It was literally like the upstairs section at an Orthodox synagogue. They were just like clearly seeking out Semitic, brown-haired, ethnic white ladies to play a best friend. It was always play a Jewy best friend.
Oh, I mean, I have auditioned for so many nervous assistants. It would chill you to your bone. It would rock you to your core.
I'm rocked.
And it would always be like Cameron Diaz or Anne Hathaway's like nervous but well-meaning assistant.
Excuse me.
Oh, I love you and I want to help you, but I'm too stupid.
I love you, but I'm too stupid. That is perfect. That is a great line. I love you, but I'm too stupid.
I understand why I'm sent out for those roles, because it is my essence in some ways, where I'm like, I want to help.
Right. I'd like to be of service in some manner, but I'm incompetent. That's it. Well, it is a very funny vibe, but I think you can do so much more.
Thank you so much.
You're totally welcome. Hold on, time for another.
Well, I'll take one too. Whoa, we're so refreshed.
Oh, we're so refreshed. We're just two sophisticated ladies. Oh, wait, I had something more to say about like the hideous audition thing of it all. Oh, just the Hollywood types. And I haven't seen this movie, and I like everybody in it, and I will probably go see it, but the trailer for Bad Moms? I
know, I saw I was about to say a Frozen image, but what is that? Like a billboard?
A Frozen image.
But I haven't seen the trailer.
Advertising a series of moving images that you can pay to go see.
Frozen image. Truly.
I know what you mean. Yeah, a Frozen image.
Wow, I guess I'm like from the 1940s or something.
I would hope. So you saw a frozen image for Bad Moms.
But I haven't seen the trailer, so.
I saw moving images for Bad Moms.
And what
it
did
was a
you
trailer.
see?
And everyone in it is like an actress I love. Like Kathryn Hahn, obsessed.
Yeah, so great.
What's her? Oh my God, I'm blanking on everyone's name. But anyway, it's like all very funny, talented people. But Mila Kunis, who I also think is super talented, I guess, and I am now a mom and I have a 1-year-old, and so I am like, I feel I'm very in it with the baby experience.
Yes.
And the whole idea of this is like, I guess, it's bad moms and they have babies, and I haven't seen the movie. Something with them being moms. And Mila Kunis has just had a baby. And there's a brief moment in the trailer where she takes off her shirt and she's in like a nursing bra, which is generally not a particularly attractive bra. And it's supposed to be like, oh my God, look at what's happened to my boobs and my bra, gross. But it's Mila Kunis.
She just looks so great.
It's like if that was my before picture, tit-wise.
Totally.
Okay. It's just like, no knock on her, but it's just the casting of her as like, now she's a gross
She's
mom.
wrecked.
Oh, she's wrecked.
She got ruined.
Oh, look at that husk. It's like, well,
I don't know.
And,
She
and then
looks
the
okay.
other women are standing around being like, girl, you gotta get out of that bra, girl. I'm like, that bra is currently my goal. Like, to work my way up to that bra would be a dream.
Oh my God. I've spent my life just looking for something that can accommodate like heavy boulders. So to be in like a tight little like sports bra style thing.
Yeah, why not?
What a sexy way to live your life.
I know. I used to wear little bras when I was like 17.
That's so cool.
But that is ancient.
I guess I had full tits at like 3rd grade.
Full on tatas.
Yeah, just blasting out.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been hard, I would imagine. Because I feel like all the girls who developed I was a late bloomer. Like everyone, like so late that when it happened, everyone was like, "Oh, we thought you died." But then I mean, girls who were like early boob developers, I felt like got really teased and had like a really hard time. I think girls were jealous.
I feel like honestly, it was more that like I barely knew how to move my body around anyway,
right.
And I also had like no teeth,
right,
because my grandpa was my dentist, and so he like pulled all my baby.
Buried the lead. Lead. Why have you kept this little tidbit from me?
All my baby teeth like in one sitting, basically like 6 teeth at once.
What?
So I had like no teeth and giant boobs, and like horrible rosacea, and only wore like overalls, and then. It was just like it was such a mess.
Why did he pull your baby teeth?
I think like someone had said like they're not coming out very quick, and he was like, "I'll get them out.
I'll punch her right in the maw."
Yes,
and they're so
I just had like a mess of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to like navigate being like 12 or whatever, which is just like a mess.
It's the worst. 12 is the worst.
I know.
Age, I think.
Because you still want to, like, pretend to be a horse or whatever, but you also, like...
I did want to pretend to be a horse.
Totally.
I was very obsessed with the Black Stallion. I don't know if that meant anything for you.
Yes.
Or if that's, like, a little before your... Is that a timeless thing, or is that...
I definitely, like, know what it is. And I also, like, know what a Black Stallion looks like.
Well, that's half the battle. To knowing what the Black Stallion is. Look at these people. See,
hello.
Oh, hi. Oh, my God, look.
They're like, why are these bitches in a glass box?
Who are these glass box bitches? But, like, what are people coming in for? I don't know. This isn't helpful to the podcast, but it's the way you saw The Great Dane.
I know.
Didn't say a word about it.
I'm sorry.
I am trying to tell you when I see interesting stuff. People are very interested in playing with these phones. It's like they've never held a phone before.
Shirtless man running.
Yes. Yes. Also important. Also very important. Thank you for knowing.
Okay. I just was like, get it out there and say what's there.
I definitely want to see a shirtless man running. I'd give him he was a 7.
Yeah, if
It wasn't
that.
amazing, and yet still I was like, the shirtless man running.
Well, I actually just on my way walking here, I saw a shirtless man who was like cartoonishly jacked, like he looked scary kind of to me in a way. And he had a big backpack on. Oh, this child's waving to us.
Oh, I missed saying hi to the child.
And then his dad reprimanded him.
Oh, therapy begins. Just wanted to say hi to the lady. Shut up!
I'm so glad it started here.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's gonna happen sometime. I'm embarrassed when I see a shirtless man. This happened to me actually. I think yesterday. I was walking around the East Village and I saw a guy on a bike.
I'm already horny. Instantly horny just at the idea of it.
Yeah, we're both sopping right now. He was the hottest guy I've ever seen on a bike. But there's something about being when I suddenly feel attracted just to a dude who's like so modelly, which is generally not my type, I get embarrassed that I had that feeling. I'm like,
I truly know.
Am I just America? Am I like an idiot?
I'm just like ogling men.
Hot.
That's cool.
He was like a hot, sweaty guy biking around. And he wasn't shirtless, but his T-shirt was sweaty and wet, so it was clinging.
Ooh.
I was like, 50 Shades of bike. Ugh, kill me.
No, that's cool.
He was a cute man.
I went to dinner last night and brag.
Well, excuse me.
But our waiter was like just a gorgeous model man.
Sure.
And he had a little man bun. And I kept thinking like, I kind of get it now. Like I get the bun. I get
because he made it work for you.
I was hypnotized by him and the bun and his he was like explaining like wines and I was like, oh, yes. Like I was losing my mind.
In the cartoon of that, he just became a giant bun talking as you salivated over
it worked
his
for me.
Bun. That's like, there's sometimes someone who can pull something off that like gives you access.
That I think is stupid.
Like,
or something.
Who's that blonde actor? Paul Bettany?
I don't know him.
Paul Bettany? Is that a person? Yeah, Paul Bettany. He was in... I'm going to bring up a movie he was in 40,000 years ago. Wimbledon. He was in... And he's in stuff, and I think he's married to Jennifer Connelly.
Oh,
but
very
he
cool.
is quite blonde. Like, and I am normally... Blonde men usually not my jam.
Whoa.
Just not my thing. I don't know why.
I get you.
Paul Bettany...
Works.
I was like, I just want to watch a sunbeam go through your golden flaxseed hair. That's not
this
hair.
This has turned into like a very nasty podcast where we're just listing all the cute guys we've ever seen.
So who do you want to bang? Paul Bettany, he stands alone on the blonde guy thing on my list. Wait, who do you like? Ooh, I have good questions. Like who's been like your big SNL host crush?
I mean, it's not embarrassing, and I will do a full separate podcast about it.
No, we finally found our topic.
I can tell you quite honestly, in a way that like I went into the week being like, oh, I don't know, I'm a fan, but like I don't care, and I left the week being like, I have been touched by an angel, and this man rocked me to my core as Drake.
Yes, please.
Whoa.
That is very good to hear because Drake is also on my radar.
Whoa, very cool to hear that we're sharing a radar.
And nice to know that he's not a disappointment because it almost seems
you know what?
Perf.
It almost is like fueled by the personality.
Yeah.
So then when the looks are like just also like a bonus.
Yeah.
But it's Drake. You're like, oh, this is too much to bear.
Also, his name's Drake.
I know.
And he's Jewish.
Oh, he's got it so going on.
And Canadian.
Also, like, you know, like at SNL, people come with assistants or whatever. He basically just brings like a group of friends and they're all so nice and they're all so cool and they all like hang out all week and like,
really?
Yes. And he got us a dinner one night and everyone like had dinner and all his friends were there and they like brought a little like sound system to like play music and a little candle to like set the mood.
He brought a little candle.
And like, okay,
that
full
just
confession.
Set me off.
They left the candle and I took it. I refuse to burn it. I just keep it in my house like a maniac.
Okay, wait. Can I tell you an even more embarrassing story?
Yes, please. And that's the most humiliating thing I could ever tell you.
I shouldn't even tell this story because I think I actually could get in some sort of trouble.
That's how I feel right now. So please share with me.
Drake would love to know you have his candle.
Okay.
So, one of my faves is Liev Schreiber.
Oh yeah,
Liev.
Yes,
Liev.
I live for it, and I don't know, but I like it.
Liev Schreiber, of Ray Donovan and many other things. I just think he is basically like a lion on hind legs. I love staring at him and thinking about him and looking at him and watching him. And I've seen him on Broadway.
Dom DeLuise. I'm like, listen.
Just when a man is so handsome. Like, I once saw Clive Owen at the Four Seasons gym in LA, and I was like, oh, he's a wolf on hind legs in the best way. He's cool. Also my top 3. But anyway, so Liev Schreiber is like a longtime fave. And me and one of my best friends have like together gone to see him on Broadway. He's incredible talent. I don't want to, whatever. He's a piece of meat. I love him. And so I'm like, why do I feel the need to be like, he's also good at his job? Like, who gives a whatever? So I 2 weekends ago, I was in Portland, Oregon to do some whatever thing. But it was the first time I was away from my baby in like a long time, which means I was psyched.
Yes, you were.
Missed him very much, but also was like,
I'm alive and I'm ready to get down.
I'm alive, and well, by ready to get down, you mean I'm gonna go get lunch by myself at a restaurant and get super drunk at 1 p.m. That's what I was doing because you don't get to do that as a mom. So I'm sitting alone, getting wasted, just so happy to have time by myself. And my friend out of the blue, this is a long story. The payoff might not be
I'm here for it.
My friend, who is in the process of moving and therefore is digging out all the stuff in her apartment, she used to work for a casting director like 15 years ago. She found her old phone message pad.
Oh, God.
And she texts me a photo of the message pad that has Liev Schreiber's cell phone number on it. And she's like,
I'm rock hard right now.
She's like, oh my God, I once took a message from Liev Schreiber. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, is that still his number? And she's like, oh, I don't know. There's no way. It's from 15 years ago. And I was like, well, no one changes their cell phone number. And she was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's still his number. And I was like, well, I'm calling it. And she, all caps, was like, what? And I'm like, calling. We'll let you know how it goes. And I'm like, I'm so drunk. I'm 40 years old. And I'm like, deep, doop, doop. And I'm just like, I'm just going to listen to his voice on his voicemail and hang up. And then it rings like 2 times.
Whoa, baby.
And then, hello. And he picked up the phone.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like,
what did you do?
I said, this is why I'm bad at improv. I said, hi, is David there? And
that's good.
To create a conversation.
Yes.
And he said, David. And I said, yes, David. And he said, I think you have the wrong number. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was acting.
Good acting.
And I did it. And he said, no problem. And then we hung up.
Oh, my God.
But we spoke.
Yeah, I'm high from it.
Yeah. And then I was just like, what is my life? What is my life?
You were truly free in that moment.
I felt more myself than I've ever been in my life. I was like, I think this is the real me.
God damn.
Is a woman who just drunk calls very nice celebrities and interrupts their day. People who are nice enough to pick up the phone from an unknown number.
That's so cool.
What?
I've never done that.
Well,
but I guess that's what you do when you're a powerful lion on hind legs.
Oh, he is a lion on hind legs. What could be better about a lion? Oh, I know, if it walked on hind legs.
Whoa.
When I was at SNL, and I wasn't there that long, but my like, oh, you're a lovely surprise. Oh, really? Is it time? Perfect.
Wow,
oh,
great.
I didn't know.
Wait, you gotta know. Tell me.
I was like, we're either 10 minutes over or 70 minutes under. I can't tell.
I agree.
I'm just staring at my own nose.
Okay,
I'll wrap it up and just say it was Jude Law. Which
Whoa,
seemed very,
that's cool.
like, down the middle.
No, that's
again,
cool.
Kind of a pretty boy. Not
I know.
necessarily my thing.
But then
he was a delight.
See?
And he wore the deepest round scoop neck shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Heaven on earth.
But he was like charming, warm, hilarious, funny, awesome.
Just like you.
Ah!
Whoa.
Oh,
I wrapped it right the hell up.
Girl, right back at you. We have the same drinks.
I know. We're
We love
such
dogs.
good friends. We both love dogs.
We love dogs. This was a success. I feel like a success of a blind date.
Absolutely.
This is Nick Dawson from Talkhouse Film, and you've been listening to Aidy Bryant and Jessi Klein on the Talkhouse Film podcast. This episode was engineered and edited by Tim Flansbaum. Thanks to Giant Step for coordination. For more filmmakers talking film and TV, visit thetalkhouse.com/film. Subscribe to Talkhouse Film and Talkhouse Music podcasts on iTunes, where you can find all our previous episodes. And while you're there, please rate and review if you can.
Great. This went really well.
I think so.
I decide.
2 men in bow ties behind you. Right there.